Okay, so my neighbor brought me a Toro lawnmower with a Kohler engine. It's a 22-inch front-wheel drive, and he said that after it started for about 5 minutes, the engine would shut off. So I did some research online, and one of the YouTube videos state that the coil could be bad, which is this one right here, the ignition coil. So I decided to go buy a new one. And when I got it today, I installed it, started up, it ran fine. Start up on the first pull. But then after 5 minutes, like my neighbor said, it died again. So I checked the spark plug, and the spark plug that was in there was an auto light, which is an automotive spark plug. So I went back to the lawnmower shop and got the Kohler spark plug. Brand new spark plug, brand new ignition coil. Install it, and it started right up. First pull. Ran for about 5 minutes and died again. So I was like, what the hell? So then I decided to check the carburetor, which is right here. I took it off, and before I took it off, I disconnected the fuel line coming from the tank. The fuel line coming from the tank. And I noticed that the fuel wasn't pouring out. So I was like, what's going on? So I decided to just blow air into the back into the fuel tank, but using my mouth, but it was clogged up. So I was like, okay. So I decided to take off the fuel tank, which is it's laying right here, and then I disconnected the fuel line from it. Well, what I found, Kohler make a fuel filter. Let me see if I can show it to you. This is the fuel filter. And on this end, there's an opening right there. Well, if you blow into it and no air is coming out through here, that means it's clogged up and it's dirty. And where it goes is it fit right into the fuel line. Let's see if I can hold it still. It's kind of hard. Yeah, so it fit into the fuel line like this. So the fuel flowed through it. I didn't even know that. That's the way they design it. But I found that out when I took the fuel line out. But it's gravity feed, so the fuel wasn't coming out, flowing out like it's supposed to. It's just slowly trickle down into the carburetor, into this, and fill up this bowl right here. So that's why when I wait for about 20 minutes, the fuel would trickle down and fill this bowl back up. And when I started, it used up all the fuel inside the carburetor on this bowl, and then it shuts off. Then I have to, then you have to wait until the bowl gets filled up again. So I took it out and I cleaned the filter. Look at my fingernails, all black. And then I blow into it. As you can hear, the air is coming out of it, and I cleaned it out so it's not clogged anymore. So that's it's gonna be our problem. If you disconnect the fuel line that go to the carburetor and fuel don't come out right away, that means you have a clog, because it's gravity feed, so that's gonna be the problem. So I'm gonna put this back all together, and I'm gonna start it back up tomorrow and let it run. But I also took the carburetor off and just cleaned it. It didn't need any cleaning because it started right up first pull, but I decided, since I have everything apart, I might as well, clean it. But before you spend $40 on the ignition coil, just check, make sure you got a free flowing fuel into your carburetor. And you can also check if you get spark from the ignition coil to the spark plug. Just unscrew the spark plug, then plug this back in and put the spark plug against a metal piece, and then turn this crankshaft right here, or the flywheel. But in order for it to free turn, you have to push the lever down, so that way you can turn it easily and check for a spark plug. Just like when you're trying to start it, you push that lever down. So we'll start. So if you get spark continuously, then you're not getting fuel. So that's is the problem right there. So I'm gonna put everything back together and start it up tomorrow, and hopefully that solves the problem. But that was the problem. This fuel filter was clogged up. So like, what the hell kind of design is this, So alright, I hope this helps people. So good luck.